All right, so talk about bridge to the future, right? I'm going to talk about 3 million bridges, 6 million little. So the way I'm going to tell this story is I want to talk about a friend of mine. His name is Ian. The next time you're lucky enough to travel to Europe, specifically to England, I want you to do something. I want you to take a little journey down to the south side or the south coast of England. It's a little town. It's called St. Andrews. I want you to look around for a guy that he's not that physically imposing. He's about 5'8", 5'9", a little older now, kind of balding. If you go into a pub, you might see him sitting there having a little pint. His name is Ian. And when you see him, I want you to say, wow, here's a guy that has done something that has never happened before in recorded history of mankind. He has helped millions of couples to have, to date, over 3 million babies. And every day, there's a couple thousand born across the globe. Talk about an erection, right? So how did Ian do this? I'll tell you how Ian did it. Ian, first of all, happened to be a brilliant guy. So he's a doctor, Dr. Ian. And a few years ago, not that long, 20 years ago, a little bit longer, Ian was kind of hanging out, working in a lab, and he had a eureka moment. And that moment was, oh my God, I found a molecule that I thought was going to lower blood pressure, but what it raised were men's penises. A few years later, with some help from a few people and on the team, that little eureka moment becomes a little blue pill that is known across the world, known as Viagra. And I had the pleasure of having the opportunity to work with Ian and help take it from a molecule and make it something that everyone knows and many people use. So people started going, wait a minute. So all these guys all over the world, people have tried different things. People go to fertility clinics and all this stuff. But here come along this pill, and now all of a sudden these guys are having babies, creating bridges to the future, law of unexpected consequences. Then something else occurred, which was really, if you think about it, quite interesting and quite revolutionary. First I got an erection, now I'm having sex, now I'm having babies, but there was a subgroup that was doing it like they had never done it before. Any idea who that subgroup was? Men 40 plus. The 40 plus guy was dieting, looking good, feeling good, right? Running around rocking the world, but he couldn't have kids in many cases. Along comes this drug, and now that guy is like, I'm the king of the world. You see them, right? They're all over the place. And many of them started having kids for the first time at 40 plus. You guys could probably name a couple. Anybody ever heard of Alec Baldwin? Anybody ever heard of that guy in D.C., Donald Trump? Anybody ever heard of, Rupert Murdoch or American Idol, Simon Cowell, right? These are all guys. I'm telling you, they're everywhere. Everybody heard of Piano Man, Billy Joel, Elton John? The list just goes on and on. If you start to think about it, anybody here listen to rap music? It was brought up earlier. You ever heard of a guy named Jay-Z? These are all people, 40 plus, having kids, in many cases, for the first time. So the point is, I think, as you go on this journey, because if you're here, by definition, you've got a plan. Everybody in here, and if you're ever watching this and you're not here, I know you. You've got a plan. And you're going to change the world. Yeah, you. That's your plan. You're going to leave a lasting imprint. You're probably going to make the biggest impact in the way that you never thought about. The law of unintended consequences. So as you go out and you build that master plan and you execute it, right? Look out to the side and look out to the left, because it's likely that you're making an impact in ways that you never imagined. Real world example. What does the iPhone really do? What is the law of unintended consequences with the iPhone? It has become the single largest device used across the planet to capture, record, immortalize everyone's experiences. Oh, it makes phone calls too. Amazing how that happens. So I'll just say this in conclusion. I want you to think about, again, next time that you travel, a little guy, it's not Brad Pitt, doesn't look like that guy at all, who had the genius to recognize the moment, discover the moment, and then lay a bridge to the future for some of the people here, pretty much many of you going forward, to the tune of over 3 million lives to date and counting.